Welcome everybody. Welcome to the Saw Shack. Get a fire going in here tonight. Welcome to all the new subscribers. And everybody that might be watching. It's a good use for noodles if you're out noodling in the yard, you know. Hope everybody's having a great week, great day. The weather's still kind of chilly here. It tried to snow on us at the softball game. But we survived. Oh yeah. We'll get that thing ripping. Yep. Don't take much. Just a flick of the bick. Oh, I love that sound. You hear it just pulling, pulling. Oh, what a lovely sound. I could listen to that all day. But and there are days that I do. Get that bucket out of the way. There we go. All right. Back in the Saw Shack. Like I said, welcome to the new subscribers. If this is your first Saw Shack adventure. The Saw Shack videos are usually made in the middle of the night when I have to do my turnaround for my work schedule, because I work some days and work some nights. So I come out here in the middle of the night and talk to all of my great subscribers and anybody else that decides to push play. And I appreciate it a lot. So thank you for being here, and thanks for joining us. What we have on the bench here is a Husqvarna 592. We're gonna look a little bit into it, see what it's got. I've never seen one in person, and I was up at the local saw shop that I go to for my saw parts, new and old saw parts. And he said, hey, Tony says, hey, why don't you take that and go run it a little bit? So I said, okay. You betcha, you betcha. So Tony, if you ever see this, I appreciate it. I do. I really do. It means a lot. So let's talk about it. Let's take the top off. Look and see what's under the hood, huh? See how all this stuff looks and works. Oh yeah. Looks like it's got a pretty decent filter on it. Holy smokes. Looks like it gets a little bit of stuff in the filter. Looks like it might be leaking around that seal or something. Oh yeah. Look at the size of this. Look at the size of this. I hope you'll be able to see this. Look at the size of this intake. Can you see that? Not real good, huh? See that? That's huge. I mean, that's not the size of the intake for the carburetor, but... And it's got a different type of a system. I'm gonna have to bring you in closer to see this. Look at the size of this hole right here. It's big. To put it in perspective, here, let's do it the right way, the correct way here. It's 2 1/4 inches across there, outside. Yeah, it's like 2 1/4 across that. And then here's your main throttle. That's your main throttle. And this one down here is your choke. Watch. I'll pull the choke. Yeah, you can still see that. See, that's your choke. And then you pull the rope, and it goes to high idle with that choke on, and then you click that, and then it flips your choke off like normal. But that's a distance from this hole to this hole. And then see the intake boot? You see that? How it's ribbed right here? This one? It's like a dual. It goes into a dual. It goes from a single. This is single. Then it goes here, and then it goes to the. That light's too bright. And then it goes to this, and this forks. It goes to like a double intake port or something. It might go just to one big one. And then there's another big one from the bottom. That's pretty interesting. I'm pretty excited. I'm pretty excited to run it. I want to get it in some big wood. They sent it with a 28-inch bar, and yeah, so that's it. It does look like it's pulling fines in there, though. I don't know. It's been on a few logging jobs. Tony said it's a demo saw, so it's been on some logging sites. So, I mean, that could have something to do with it. But, maybe it got loose or something at one point in time. That's pretty interesting, though. Pretty interesting. Yeah, this is your choke. You just pull out on the switch and up to set it. And up to set it. And then when you hit the throttle, after it fires, when you hit the throttle, then it clicks this down. And then it's in normal run operation. And then it starts its altitude compensation, I guess, because all these electric wires and these chips and all that kind of stuff. I'm curious to see how they, you know, over time, how they work out, you know. But I'm excited to run it. It's got a, I don't know if there's anything else we can look at in there. It's got a primer bulb. Curious to see if that's ever needed. Going different elevations or whatever, you know. Curious to see if I ever have to push that. Oh, and the kill switch. JK, you'll like this. Look. See? Comes right back. Yep. You're on to something, buddy. Yeah. They did it on this model. I don't know what other models, because I haven't run a 572 or 562 or any of that yet, so. But yeah. The stop switch, once it's in the run position, is just down. That's pretty slick. Pretty slick, yeah, the primer bulb. I don't know about that. We'll see about that. The throttle linkage is on the other side as opposed to the older style. It'll be on, you know, it's on the right hand side of the saw. The main throttle linkage is over here instead of over here. It's got the same type of like sleeve thing that the throttle cable runs in that comes out of the handle. It's a pretty good feeling handle. A little bit different, kind of like the bigger, like the 576, I think, and the 575 and 570. It's kind of like that. It's got the rounded deal on it. It's got the new flip caps. It's got a pretty cool sight window right here for your gas tank. See that? See the gas sloshing in there? Oh yeah. So that's pretty cool. It's got some big, it's got a cable for this mount. For this spring mount. It's got a cable also. I think still has something like that. It might be their fallers, something extra support or something for their mounts. It seems a bit, I don't know, it's still, you know, it's still flexible, but it's not as, you know, of course it's not as squishy as the other ones, the old ones. Because see, it's still flexible. It's got the wider side cover on it with the large chip flap. It's got a decomp. Of course, it's got a decomp, you know, being that big. Big old muffler. Look at that big old muffler. New style dogs. They're a little bit different. A little bit different mount. The bolts are, the screws are farther apart than a standard, like off the 372 or whatever, you know. If I can get this dug out. Yeah, they're quite a bit different. It's like an inch. It's like an inch farther between this bolt hole and this bolt hole. It's further down here on the new one. Pretty good looking dog though. It's a 28-inch lightweight. It's got, you know, the Sugahara tip on it. It's just Sugahara bar basically, with some fancy husky paint on it. It's got good mounts. Ooh, that's a pretty stout mount. The one that goes to the cylinder from the handle. The handle design is a bit different. The mount on the bottom is quite a bit different. This is angled, it's not straight across. This has got a hook in it, as you can see, as it comes down, and it's just got one bolt. This up here's got two. So that's a whole different, and it's not welded right here. This part's not welded. It's open. Same type of oiler adjuster, looks like there. Speaking of that, let's see where it's at. If it's, the saw is sitting like this, counterclockwise, counterclockwise is more. Yeah, chain catcher right there, good solid mount underneath. Base, you know, looks about the same as the old style. It's like the same type of clutch setup. Looks like they got an 8-pin sprocket on it. A little bit different design on the brake handle. That seems to be functioning. Cool new Husqvarna spark plug boot. It's even got a little Husky H on it. I know you probably can't see that, but that's pretty cool. Yeah, I'm anxious to run it. That is for sure. Got some firewood to cut. Oh, just like the 570, that little tab over there gets in the way when you put the top back on. Cool. Yeah, that's going to be pretty fun to run. Big saw. Big saw. 93 cc's it says. 93 cc's. Yeah. Okay. I got to looking at the chain, and I want to show you this. This is a good example of not getting the gullet and where you will end up with your chain and your teeth if you don't get the gullet. This tooth right here, see that? See how much gullet there is there? See what's happening to the tooth? And this tooth here, if it'll focus. There. See that? See what's starting to happen? Starting to get that ski jump ramp. And when you when you got that going on, what also happens is the angle under here on the underside of, on your top plate, this underside angle becomes more blunt. So then it's just beating the wood. It's not, I mean, it's cutting it, but it's not cutting it, As opposed to, let's look at this one. This is one that I just filed. If it will focus. If you can see the difference in the angle right here, this is going to cut wood, not bat against it. And you see where the gullet was when I started filing this. See that lump right in the middle? And you got to come down and you got to catch back up to it. That can be caused from a small file or just flat out not getting the gullet. Well, I think this one's ready for the woods. I'm looking forward to trying it out. I know that for sure. Pretty excited. I have one recommendation so far for any of the Husqvarna people. If they ever see this, or anybody that's got any pull at Husqvarna, orange side cover. That's all, recommendations so far. Anyway, that's just whatever. I like the wider, the wider side cover. It's got the bigger chip flap on it. It's got more room. Sticks out more. Gives more room for chips to get out instead of having, come back through the front and have a chance to, get more into the clutch, I suppose. I do like the bigger side cover. That's nice. Yeah, now that it's all sharpened up, it's ready for the wood. And so am I. No doubt about it. So we'll go find something to cut with it. Cool. All right, everybody. Like I said in the beginning of the video, I hope you're all having a great week. And I hope you're all having a great day. And have an awesome weekend if this is when you see it. This is when it's made, is early Friday morning. I'll get it up Friday morning because it's about, 20 minutes to 2 in the morning right now on Thursday night, Friday morning, whatever you want to call it. All right, everybody. I'm anxious. I'm anxious. I know it was just kind of a quick go through, whatever, and jumped onto the chain and whatever, but I couldn't stand it. I couldn't stand it. I thought I needed to show you that, and yeah, I don't think there can be enough videos out there on filing and on chain behavior and what different things do on different saws, because all saws ask and have a sweet spot for a certain type of filing, whether it's ground chain, whether you're hand filing, whatever. Some like it more aggressive if you've got big, pretty big horsepower, like this is, I'm assuming, has pretty big horsepower. So we're going to see. We're going to see. Sure, I won't get to keep it for a month, and really get out and do a lot of chain testing and all that kind of stuff, but we'll get a little bit and a little bit of overview of it, and I'll try to do another review before I have to take it back after we get to cut with it. Awesome, everybody. I love you all. Take care and be safe. Thanks for joining us. TazMan is rolling. Sorry about the light glare. Yeah, Joni Arnett. I love you, brother. Love you all.